Still with environmental conservation, and a group of conservationists from around the world are making a treacherous journey through the wild to raise awareness on the challenges that rangers go through in their day-to-day job of protecting wildlife. The 350-kilometer journey that began in Arusha, Tanzania, will end with a symbolic walk in Nairobi on Saturday, and it aims to raise fund awareness towards wildlife conservation. Now, our reporter Hesman Mugambi caught up with the group in Kajiado and filed the following report.
As the sun rises over the savanna grassland in Kajiado County, it's a new dawn for this group to cover some distance. This has been their way of life for 10 days now since they began trekking for the Walk with Rangers initiative. Poaching in the East African region has continued to double in the recent years. The first defense lines for the wild animals are the rangers. These are human beings whose stories are never highlighted. This walk from Tanzania to Kenya was meant to tell the story.
Majina JEMA FUNANI, kutoka wildlife works. Ranger nimefanya maka 12 zaidi. Ndio last year 2012 nimepigwa risasi. Mko shot pande hii. Ikatoka nyingine ikapita hapa. Sasa niko nimeweza maka 2 kutoka nimepigwa risasi. Nashukuru naendelea mzuri. Ndio nimejoin na Arabia mambo ya ranger kutoka Arusha mpaka Nairobi. Nashukuru naendelea mzuri bara sasa.
When he was shot 2 years ago, it was very difficult for me to handle that, and I couldn't understand how anyone would be so cruel to another fellow human being. And when we lost our colleague, I decided at that point that enough was enough, and I had to do something. So I came up with Walk with Rangers.
Funani is lucky to be alive. His colleague Abdi did not manage to escape the poachers on that day. Despite bearing the pain of poaching on his own body, the scars on his body have served to strengthen his resolve of protecting wildlife.
Watu wengi wananiuliza mbona nafanya kazi, lakini hii kazi nimependa. Na nafanya na roho moja, bado naendelea kufanya. Unajua kufa, si hata tupiga risasi ndo nakufa. Kufa lazima utakufa tu, hata kwa nyumba. Nisema wacha niendelee kufanya kazi yangu.
Apart from such close encounters with poachers, life in the wild as a ranger is quite a challenge in itself. Rangers have to cover vast areas with little food and water each day.
A lot of the challenges that rangers face are to do with their lifestyle. One, they have to live in very harsh conditions. They've got to walk through very difficult terrain, all sorts of terrain, everything from rock beds to rivers to desert to thick bush. They're getting scratched by acacia thorns half the time, and it's very physically challenging because you have to survive on one canister of water for between 1 and up to 3 days, and you're walking in the hot African sun. It's really not easy. So physically it's quite a challenge, but also emotionally it's a very huge challenge because these are men and women that have to be away from their families for 11 months out of a year.
Tunapata challenge mingi sana. Kazi yetu pia ni ngumu. Soti ile mshahara hapo tunapata pia ni bado mchache. Lakini tunaendelea mzuri tu. Hii kazi tumependa.
The Walk with Rangers initiative aims to raise awareness and raise funds towards anti-poaching projects in Kenya and Tanzania.
At the moment, through Walk with Rangers and under the Ulinzi Africa Foundation, I'm trying to raise some funds for an anti-poaching unit that I'd like to have based in Kenya's Tana Delta region, and a mobile veterinary unit for wildlife on the Tanzania side. Again, this is a regional problem, and as the two countries we've really got to work together, and we're really grateful for the support from our ministry here in Kenya and from the minister himself, Lazaro Nyalandu, in Tanzania, who directly have come to walk with us on the walk and support the rangers in kind.
Kenya lost 873 elephants to poachers between the year 2011 and 2014. For Ibro Africa News, I'm Hesman Mugambi.
Yep, it's quite heavy.